yes, I start my business, it's my business, I have to earn my money, I have to be a success, but who can I rely on that will be there to support me if I'm a little bit stressed, if I'm a little bit unsure about can I talk to somebody else that is in the same field as me, or can I go to somebody and say, oh, I have a legal issue or I have a financial issue, who can I talk to?
I quit my job to be an entrepreneur, and I went from a job from 9 to 5 to 24 hours 7. On the previous episode of Entrepreneurs in Mauritius, I have been introducing myself and the new term of this segment. You can find the link in the description below. Today, we are having an off-the-cuff conversation with the founder of the MYP Network Partners, Mr. Kevin Koborg. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Quincy. How are you?
How are you? I'm very good, thank you. How about you?
I'm fine too. And I hope you guys out there also are very fine. I truly do. Hope you're good.
Awesome. So we will get to know a bit more about the MYP Network Partners and Kevin's thought about entrepreneurship and what entrepreneurship really means to him. Kevin, what is the MYP Network Partners about?
It's an initiative. I have been in different type of businesses. I have helped other businesses to try to establish their brand or conceptualize different product services. And what I found in Mauritius is quite difficult to start your own business. Yeah. And in IT, it's even more so because there's so many people out there that call themselves professionals. Well, you can say that they're not really professional, but they have an idea of what they would like to do. And you can say this is entrepreneurship because you have the courage, you have the energy to try to want to do something. And just because people maybe say they don't know exactly what IT is or exactly what they're doing, doesn't mean that they can't run a business. So I thought that why not try to give people an opportunity within the tech industry. So I'm trying to create an environment for tech entrepreneurs, those that have the ideas that need some encouragement, some guidance, some support, or those that actually have the knowledge but don't have the idea. They like, okay, what can I work on? What can I take up of an idea? Because there's many things out there. So we also have some digital assets that we can provide to those people that would like to start their own business. So that's the first thing. It is actually creating an environment for tech entrepreneurs.
Amazing. And if you want to know a bit more about the MYP Network Partners and all of the initiatives in there, you can check the myp.com, and you can also check out the video that we will be doing soon to learn more about the MYP Network Partners and the different projects in there. So, Kevin, if you could describe what an entrepreneur is, can you give it to us in 3 words?
It all depends on who you are and how you look at it. Entrepreneurship can be those that have the goal, the willingness to do something, to create something. Some say entrepreneurship is the creative mind, that you have the mindset to build something, create something. It can also be when you connect it with a business. So some would say that entrepreneurship is about starting your own business. So if you can say it in 3 words, you can say own business, you can say mindsets, and you create something. So you can be creative, mind, or it can be physically with your hand.
I think starting a business, you also started in your mind to begin with. Like the great inventors that we have, all of that began in their mind, and then it became reality and tangible.
Yeah, you can say it's not just creative, but say the mindset.
Yeah.
Okay, so your mindset can be creative. Your mindset can also be having the will.
Yeah.
Like ready to solve problems or anything else like this.
All right, thank you. So we will dive into this also a bit later in this conversation. The next thing that I would like to know is, what are 3 things that can make it hard for an entrepreneur to succeed?
There's many things. So 3 things. It's difficult to pick out some, but I will try. Let's start by looking at, I don't want to put the mindset again, so we put that a bit aside. Let's take some of the more realistic things that comes to mind. Things like starting your own business, all the legal stuff around there, sorting out your papers, your economy, having an accountant, or doing your own bookkeeping. The financial part of it, do you have the money? Do you need to go and look for money? So that can be difficult. Other thing is can be your own self, your personal self. Can you handle the stress level to it? Because if you're missing money to pay the bills at the end of the month, or pay the salaries if you have staff, it can also be that the revenue is going down and you're thinking, oh, how can I now maintain my revenue? How can I sell more? So there is a stress level to it. And then I would say also, you can look at the personal things like socializing family. That can be quite complicated also because they don't understand that you're actually working for yourself. And therefore maybe your economy is a little bit up and down, or you don't have the time, but they want you to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And as I mentioned to you before, as an entrepreneur, I had to also myself put some barriers at home where I would say that, okay, I'm in a invisible space right now, and I've built an invisible wall. So it was hard for me at first to tell that to my mom, for example, because I love her and she's most of the time at home. And she would say, come in, and she would come in and just show me videos, and things like that, like of cats and dogs and all this stuff. And that was fun. But I was in this mindset when I need to work and I need to focus, and all these expressions that you were talking about, and you feel like you have all of these caps on you, and you don't really know how to explain that to people. Even if you're trying to make them understand, it's really hard to make everyone understand what it really is. So you have to be in it to really know what you're facing. And I think having these priorities for me was a way to build in myself this mindset of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs itself. So this is a good point that you raised here. All of that, I think I started to feel it, and I can say that it's hard, but the more that you pursue your goals and you prioritize, and we can talk about that also a bit later, all of the factors that can help, that will be for another video, but that also can help you to succeed as an entrepreneur and overcome all of these challenges. So coming to the advantages and the disadvantages of being an entrepreneur, what are your thoughts about this?
Advantages I like to focus on because this is generally why most people go into business. One thing is you like to be your own boss. So you like to make the decisions, you would like to control your work time, do the planning, you have some idea of where you want a company to go, what you want to do with the brand. And as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, depending on if, of course, you are a sole owner or you have partners, but it's still easier than if you work in an organization where you are middle-level management or just a worker. You don't have much influence there. So that's one thing. The second thing is the rewards. When something succeeds, it is you that succeeded, right? It's not the other people that take that benefit now, take the credit for that success. Because if you work, let's say, as a programmer, and you solve a problem, you bring it to the management say, oh, great, they implemented, there's success in that product, that launch. They get the credit, the brand get the credit, and you don't, right? You may be lucky that you have managers that will reward you, not always, and it's seldom, right? So these are some of the main advantages that you can say. Of course, if there's success, there's money, and if there's money, it's your money, right? Not that you go out and spend it whatever you want to do, because you still have to be responsible. And this is where you come into the disadvantage. You are responsible for failing. Failing doesn't mean that you have to go bankrupt or anything else like this. Or if you go bankrupt, doesn't mean that your life ends. But you have to take responsibility and learn from those failures, those mistakes, right? And that you can say again, you can turn it into an advantage because you can then become an expert. The more mistakes you do, the more you learn, the better you become, and then you can suddenly call yourself an expert.
Right. Yes.
So that's one of the things. The other disadvantage, of course, is that you maybe don't have the finance to do whatever you want. You can't go on vacation wherever you want. You can't go and be at grandmother's birthday if she's there, and you want to do that. You can say, well, didn't you say you control your work hours? Yes, but to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Because if you have deadlines, if you have clients, if you have products that have to be delivered, anything else happen that affects that you suddenly need to work in the evening, at night, or have to do 24 hours straight through, that can be hard, and that can be a disadvantage, you could say.
Yeah, that's the thing. Once when I started to be an entrepreneur, I went on social media and I joined groups where you have memes. I don't know if you know about these memes, but you have one memes where it was saying, I quit my job to be an entrepreneur, and I went from a job from 9 to 5 to 24 hours 7. So actually, when you think that you will have all of the time of the world, control your time, control everything, but it's not really the case. So then some people might feel discouraged when they face the reality of what entrepreneurship is. But I think it's good that we have a conversation about this today. And I think MYP Network Partners is going to also help entrepreneurs to face these challenges, of course, with the willingness and effort. And you have spoken a bit about it, but would you say that MYP Network Partners act as a business incubator?
Business incubator, I wouldn't say, because, sorry, I know it sounds a little bit negative. I try not to be negative, but I feel a lot of these incubators that comes up in Mauritius and co-shares and all these things, at the end of the day, they are business. They're there to earn money. And they're earning money on you as a startup. You can say, yeah, there's many facilities, you can get support, you can use, yeah, but let's just be realistic. Nothing is for free in life. The only thing is free is breathing and dreaming, right? So even us is not free. What do I mean by that is, well, we are trying to set up where entrepreneurs, business startups, and other people can come in and work together. So we're trying to, first of all, create an environment where you can trade between each other. That means you already maybe have a market. Of course, you can have a content creator like you, but you need an app.
Yeah.
So you maybe go and speak to one of the other ones in the network that is programmers.
Yeah.
Right? And you can maybe reach a better deal than you can outside, because outside they don't care that you are a business startup. Right? So that's the first thing. You can maybe even make an agreement where it is traded in kind services. You provide something to them for free, and they provide something for you for free.
Yeah.
Besides that, we do give the space here for people to use. Of course, until they make a profit.
Yeah.
Right? So we, of course, like you, for example, have taken this opportunity to do this podcast content creation, and we have provided you with office free of charge. We have created a content podcast room for you, free of charge. We provided with you some equipment free of charge. But when you start to earn money, that should become something back to our network. This money doesn't go in my pocket. It goes into the network to help with other facilities or other equipment, right? It also goes to, if we look at it and say, well, what other things could be? There could be, for example, we want to have some, what we call connections coming in. Connections are people, professionals, organizations that understand that we are a network of startup and entrepreneurs. We need some help. It could be government organization, official as well, that understand that and then put extra time and energy into helping us. But it can also be an accountant, for example, that we facilitate with them. They get a little bit of thing from us. They get in return that our network partners can come and get a service from them, either payable, not very reduced rate, or they can get at least some guidance. Let's say maybe they can get an hour of consulting within the accounting for free. And then if they need more services, then they have to pay for it. So this is one of the things that we're planning to do with some of the funds, is also we want to have associates and push the brands of the network. The associate can be mentors, for example, somebody that is ready to mentor within one of the partners or several partners can be mentored by there. They can be investors that comes in and invest in some of the opportunities with those partners. So associates are more like really connected, really engaged in the network partnership. And we want to try to get them into the council as well. A council is one thing. I came up with an idea together with one of the other partners that we do like United Nations. We have a security council, we have a network council where a representative for each sector of the industry of ICT are there on the table, around the table, together with some of the associate and connections. And then we try to, how we say, we put some guidelines up now, but they can be fluid because everybody have influence in how the network partner goes. Right? Now, all these kind of things does cost money. Internet costs money, etc. So those money that comes in from anybody that have profit, that gives us part of it because we have helped them and we're still there to support them, that goes back into the network. And network partner doesn't mean that you have to be exactly where we are. It can be from home, and then you come in and do some work sessions or other things like this. It can also be that we decide to create another place somewhere up in the north. We're discussing with somebody about doing that, where our network partner from the north can come and stay there, and somebody from the Central Plateau can come and work with them in a work session. Can also be online work session. So all these kind of things, of course, cost money. So nothing is for free. But we don't want, let's say, take money from somebody that's not earning money. And when they earn money, there have to be a balance in it. We can't go and say, oh, now you earn 100 rupees, now we're going to take 60 rupees from you. No, it's not going to be like that. Right? It's going to be, there have to be economy, they have to have a living. They have to be able to build a brand or invest. So we discuss how each partner feels what they need and when they feel they're ready to contribute to the network.
It has to be fair for everyone, for the MYP Network Partners and also for the actual partners in there, right?
Of course.
So you would say that the MYP Network Partners mostly acts as a facilitator, but the partners coming in are also responsible for the business and they are in control, they have the freedom, but they should also be in there and support each other actually.
Well, the idea is creating an environment, an ecosystem, you can say like that, inside that network. Right? With a culture and a mindset of that, yes, I start my business, it's my business, I have to earn my money, I have to be a success. But who can I rely on? That will be there to support me if I'm a little bit stressed, if I'm a little bit unsure about can I talk to somebody else that is in the same field as me, or can I go to somebody and say, oh, I have a legal issue or I have a financial issue, who can I talk to, right? Because that alleviates the stress that I'm talking about, that like one of the disadvantages. So this is where I'm looking at it like, it's kind of trying to put a holistic thing. I know this is also kind of a brand name or a yuppie word or whatever you want to call it, but trying to put that in together like some kind of ecosystem, environment, appreciation for each other, support for each other, right? And then hopefully everybody gets something out of it.
Yes, I think this is something that is really important for entrepreneurs like myself. I can testify of it. And that would be something that I think you would like to really know more about. So stay tuned for the next videos that will speak a bit more about the entrepreneurs in the MYP Network Partners. So to end this conversation today, Kevin, do you have anything that you would want to say to a new entrepreneur? What would be your advice?
The first thing I think I would say to people, don't rush into it. Don't think that just because it sounds nice and everybody else talk about how easy it is, don't think it is. Evaluate, we did that a little bit with you. I ask you to say, look at what your goals are, your personal goals in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. Then I said to you, look at how that works with your business. What is the goals for the business? 1 year, 3 year, 5 years? And then out from that, I said to you, try to put some figures on it. And when you start to do that, you realize that you have a lot of nice intention and you really think that, oh, I'm going to succeed, and I pour a little bit cold water on you.
Yeah.
And how do you think that worked out for you?
That was very frozen, but I think this is where it took me some time actually. It took me a couple of months to really start to get used to it, but that was very challenging. But that was also a challenge for myself, and I think getting out of your comfort zone, which you did actually, getting me to step out of my comfort zone was something that helped me to become a better entrepreneur. And I still have a long way to go, but I think I'm getting there.
Yeah. So you will say that being in this network here, getting the support, have helped you a bit?
Yes, of course it did. And I'm not just saying that because it's here, yes,
Yeah.
but it has helped me a lot. And I think there's a lot more that I need to learn. And also with a lot more of the people that we believe will join us in this ecosystem, like Kevin was saying. And I'm really eager to grow more.
So, as I said, you want to start? Yes, please come up with a good idea. If you don't have an idea and it's in the tech industry, come to us. We maybe have a good idea that fits you. And then we work on a business concept that works for you and look at your personal gains, interest, your financial interest within the company, because they need some figures on there. Okay, what do you want to target and what is realistic?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't sit in a fancy podcast room, but it's functionable, right?
Yes.
If you had gone out to buy equipment for 100,000, do you think you would have got that money back now?
Not right now, of course.
It would have taken a long time, and it would create a financial burden on you that is unnecessary. On the other hand, creating some content, getting it out there, okay, start to build your brand recognition, get your audience, get a lot of likes, a lot of followers. So please click and like. I'm doing that on behalf of you. Hope it's okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. So that is the way you build up your business in a responsible way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So I think this covers a bit of what we would like to know about entrepreneurship and the mindset behind it. So thank you, Kevin, for being here today with us.
You're more than welcome, Quincy.
Great, awesome. I hope that you guys liked what you heard today and that it will make you think about entrepreneurship and the commitment behind it, and that you will join us on the MYP Network Partners. Thank you so much, and I will find you again on another video with other entrepreneurs who will speak a bit about their own thoughts of what entrepreneurship is and talk to us a bit more about their entrepreneurial journey. Thank you. See you soon. Yeah? Okay, you can go now. Let's just do it again.
She doesn't know what she's doing.
That's the first one. Okay.
So please click and like.